is the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for Thursday, September 21st. Show number
299.
And you know what? Also, I saw, well, thanks to my Facebook memories, sometimes those are useful. 6 years ago today was our very first show.
I saw that.
Did you?
It popped up on my Facebook memory too. That was.
Maybe we should have maybe we'll do some trivia questions for our 300 show, like who was our first guest ever?
How long did our first show last?
Yeah. People have to do their homework before our next show.
Yeah.
Scott Hammer and Ron Miller coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter from the John Young Racing for First Responders, Dave Kemmer studio. Again, as we mentioned, show number 299. That means our next show will be show number 300, and we're not going to do a show next Thursday.
What are we going to do? I mean, our website says show every Thursday, so we've got to do something.
Maybe we can do a little quick show number 299.1.
Yeah, a promo for
Saturday
for show number 300, which will occur
Saturday, the 30th of September, which I guess is also National Podcast Day.
Really?
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
How did we do that?
Planning to go live at 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon from Oakshade Raceway.
In the pits.
Pits are going to be open. Actually, they're going to open the gates for it. I talked Pam into this because they're doing this just for us. They're going to open the gates at 3 o'clock on that Sunday. Saturday. Saturday.
So you can
get
in
get in an hour earlier. And we encourage the drivers, especially, come an hour early because we're going to probably plan on going from 3 to 4:30-ish, 3 to 4, 3 to 4:30, maybe. Whenever we feel like we're starting to get pressure that we need to start getting ready for that night's racing.
With our live podcast.
Yeah.
And September 30th is a big night.
Showdown series.
For all the
topless
super
late
stocks,
models.
compacts, late models, topless late models.
So we encourage all drivers to, once they get there, come on down, stop by, drop in, pop in. We're going to try and
follow the noise. You'll find us.
Try and get as many drivers as we can on the show with us. We'll start off kind of with our regular show, I guess, with some news and whatever. Maybe reminisce a little over the past 6 years worth of shows.
Yeah.
I still say one of my favorite moments is when we called the Hat Man. And he was in the...
Well, that and Kenny Wallace.
Kenny Wallace was fun, too.
Oh, boy.
I really enjoyed Rusty Schlenk and Ryan Weekman in the studio back when we were at the radio station.
That was a fun show.
Have you not heard of the Vortex?
What Vortex?
You're making this crap up. But, yeah, so we'll be doing that again. That's coming up a week from Saturday, September 30th at Oakshade Raceway. We will be broadcasting live, and maybe we'll just do a short little thing next Thursday.
The night of the big Showdown series.
That's right. Showdown. We'll have the Showdown tote board coming up as far as how much the purses are up to.
And some of the spiffs along the way.
Yeah, and the late model is going to be there on Friday, October 6th at Fremont. So all that to get to tonight. Also, hashtag DCR if you want to win a Hammer Down Racing Report window decal. It looks like one of these. It's there we go. If you want to get in on that drawing, just type hashtag DCR in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. If you're watching us on Twitter, you're going to have to move over to YouTube or Facebook.
Right. And since Ron Miller Race Cars is the designated pickup point, I'd like to advise you folks, there's 4 or 5 of them that haven't been picked up yet. If you want to make arrangements...
30 days. You have 30 days to pick
If you want to make arrangements, we can bring them next week to the special show at Oakshade Raceway.
I think last time I talked to Dale at DCR, he's going to have some special stickers to give away.
Ooh, cool.
Well, and if you don't win one of these Hammer Down Race Report stickers, you can always buy one, $5 from him. And if you got a race car, slap on your race car, and you'll be part of the Hammer Down Racing Army. We'll go over your results each and every week, as long as you send them to me.
Yeah.
Or I can find them easily. How's that? Tonight on the show, we're going to be speaking with two-time Papa Boiler Dominator Super Stock Spectacular winner, Adam Lantz. That's a mouthful still. We had to practice it. Jerry and I were practicing that.
Excuse me.
Papa Boiler Dominator Super Stock Spectacular. So he's won it twice. Adam Lantz, he was the winner of this most recent one on Saturday. We'll give.
And he got paid for this one, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
We'll find out. $1,000 to win that sucker. Number 130 on Apple Podcasts in Australia this week.
Ooh.
Or this past week, I should say, and number 203 on Apple Podcasts in Canada in our category. So thanks for that. And yeah, I think we covered the show number 300 coming up a week from Saturday. So, yeah, we'll do something next Thursday, but it won't be a full show. It'll just be, just a little teaser or something.
And we'll remind you later in today's show, too, that it's going to be exciting.
Yeah. And speaking of exciting, we have a new sponsor, Kester's Haunted Woods.
Really?
Absolutely. Visit Kester's Haunted Woods. They're open every Friday and Saturday, starting tomorrow, as a matter of fact, throughout the month of October. And it's an experience, I guess, that will haunt your dreams. That's according to what I've read.
Did Steve's daughter write that?
I don't know who wrote it. Kester's Haunted Woods, located at 2513 US 20A, also known as State Route 2, just on the west side of Swanton, I do believe. And ticket sales start at 7 o'clock on every Friday and Saturday. Last ticket will be sold at 11 p.m. each night. Admission is $22. They do take cash or credit cards. And admission includes a hayride, there's a corn maze, and the Haunted Woods. So there's quite a bit you get.
Up until 11 o'clock at night?
Yeah. Like you could start at 11 o'clock at night.
That could be pretty spooky.
Like out there in the country? Yeah, I bet. More information at Kester's 'Tis the Season on Facebook. Just search that. They have a Christmas tree farm there, too. Contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lanes, custom magnets, can koozies, tumblers, coasters for your regular vehicle. I don't have a cup holder in my race car now, but if I did, I could put this in it.
It's got that little notch out of it so that you can get to the change in your cup holder underneath that.
There you go. Yeah, I didn't think it. So your change doesn't get sticky.
That's it.
That is a genius idea. Give Charlie a call, 419-476-9978. Work with him, pick a photo, and you can get your own car cup holder coaster. It's almost as hard to say as the Papa Boiler Dominator Superstock Spectacular. Freeze Frame Photos, special moments, frozen in time. Also got to thank Moran Miller Race Cars, DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, and Oakshade Raceway. Got a little bit of business to take care of from last weekend before we bring in our guest this week, Mr. Adam Lantz, who's waiting in the green room. I see he's
waiting in the green room, yeah.
So we'll get to him just a second here. First, we have to do our Racing Roundup, which is right.
Racing Roundup.
Oakshade Raceway, of course, as we mentioned already, Adam Lantz, the winner there of the Papa Boiler Dominator Superstock Spectacular. Carter Murday picking up late model win. And Josh Robertson, the sportsman winner. Eric Carr picking up the win in the compacts. Fremont Speedway, they had 2 nights of racing. Jim Joanne Ford Classic this past weekend. Friday night, a great race. I caught the end of that. Kyle Reinhardt making that last lap pass for the 6,000 All-Star Circuit of Champions.
Doing his
$6,000.
Doing his Scott Hammer
Yeah, it was very
imitation.
similar, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably learned that from me, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Keith Sorg winning the dirt truck feature. Saturday night, it was Zeb Wise picking up the All-Star Circuit of Champion feature win there for $10,000, and Jamie Miller winning in the 305 sprints.
I watched Zeb Wise on Friday, and he looked spectacular. I really thought that he was going to do more, and he showed that Saturday. I guess he offended a few people, though, by saying that might have been the slowest racetrack on their entire circuit.
Really?
But he made
apparently he's good on slow racetracks.
$12,000? Is that what it was?
10,000.
10? Oh yeah, tough night.
Tough night. Yeah, absolutely. Toledo Speedway in action on Saturday as well. Jesse Love, name we're familiar with from ARCA ranks,
right?
Running in the ASA Superstars, whatever that new series is that's back. He picked up the win there in the Glass City 200. Howard Kelly Jr. winning the late model sportsman feature. Ryan Allen picking up the championship in the late model sportsman class. Josh Bunning winning the factory stock feature and picking up the championship as well.
It's a good night for them.
And I believe he thanked you. You're a sponsor of Bunting, aren't you?
Could be.
Okay. Butler Motor Speedway had some interesting action. We'll have some video coming up a little bit later after we talk to Adam here. Saturday night, Tyler Rankin picking up the win in the 410 sprint. A little bit of controversy while he was battling for the win. We got some video of that.
Really?
Show you exactly what happened. You haven't seen that, have you?
I haven't.
All right, something to look forward to. Stick around for that. Trey McGranahan picking up the championship up there at Butler in the 410s. Corey Bavard winning the modified feature. Robbie Henderson picking up the track championship in the mods. Caleb Wilbur picking up the win in the street stocks plus track championship.
Really?
Ryan Crocker winning the 4-cylinders. Austin Stone, the champion there in the 4-cylinder class. Waynesfield Raceway Park in action on Saturday. Brandon Vaughn winning in the modifieds. Mike Sawmiller picking up the Dirt Track Truck Series feature win. Matt Freeman in the compacts and Jared Cly in the stock cars. World of Outlaw and Haas Energy Drink Sprint Car Series action Friday. Brad Sweet picking up the win in the Tom Tarleton Classic at King Speedway. Saturday was Buddy Kofoid, Placerville Speedway over there in California.
Yay, buddy.
He's getting it done. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Ricky Thornton Jr. became only the second driver to sweep all 3 nights of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Knoxville Nationals at Knoxville this past weekend. Can you name the first driver?
Ooh. No, I cannot.
Billy Moyer.
Really?
Billy Moyer was the first one to do that in
That's
2010.
not a shocker.
Nope. Arkham Menard Series Thursday. William Sawalich picking up the win at Bristol. He also wins the ARCA East Championship. Truck Series in action last Thursday night. Corey Heim picking up the win there at Bristol. Friday night at Bristol in the Xfinity Series, Justin Allgaier winning the Food City 300. Saturday at Bristol, Denny Hamlin picking up a win, and that was another round of 4 getting knocked out. So that would be Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Michael McDowell eliminated from the playoffs. Elimination round, that's what we're calling it, yeah. So, but Danny Hamlin picking up the win and getting, he seems to be getting more and more popular with every win. Lots of boos, I guess, and he said, I beat your favorite driver. Like, cool.
Okay.
Way to go, Denny. Other notes, Hammer Down Army results from this past weekend. Kurt Dickey finishing 15th in the Papa Boyo Dominator Superstock Spectacular.
In the A-Main.
In the A-Main. John Young finishing 9th in the second Consi. Bolton Colton Cox, most I could tell was he got a podium finish, but beyond that, the information was a little cloudy there. Dale Cole Jr. and Gary Cole, I believe, not racing this past weekend. Grayson Warner finishing 15th in the first Consi after he got involved in a pretty bad wreck there in the first lap.
Yeah, that was kind of ugly.
Yeah. No report from Karen Van Pelt this week. And Dave Gumby Jr. finishing 5th Friday night at Fremont in the main event. Corey McCoy finishing 4th in the main event on Friday night at Fremont. And the Hammer Down Racing Report house car finishing 4th in the Dominator Superstock Spectacular.
Ooh.
But finishing 3 positions higher was Mr. Adam Lantz. And as soon as we talk about Ron Miller race cars in Lambertville, Michigan, 734-856-7223 for race cars, parts, safety, equipment, service, broken weld, fixing, everything a racer needs. Give him a call. Just not right now, after the show.
Safety apparel.
Safety apparel. Socks.
Yeah.
Got to pick up my socks. Fireproof socks.
Yeah.
There's a hole in my socks. So if I had a fire in my feet, my toe would get burned, right?
That's it.
I don't like that. Also, I have to mention Oakshade real quick. Oakshade Raceway, the fastest meets a race. Just a couple more races left this year. This weekend is Trick or Treat night. So drivers bring candy with you, and kids come dressed up, or adults can come dressed up, and kids can bring candy. It doesn't really matter to me. Whatever you want to do.
As long as you get candy.
As long as I get candy, yes.
Don't put Scott out on a race car with a sugar buzz.
So full show this weekend with late model sportsman, Dominator Superstocks and Compacts, and then final week is the 30th, final night of racing, Saturday, September. Same night as our 300 show. And that's going to be featuring the Showdown Series, which is currently at $1,200 to win. That's against the Fremont Dirt Trucks. The Dirt Track Truck Series is invited. A couple of the stock series from Sandusky invited. Factory stocks at Toledo are invited to compete in that. I saw Gabrielle
Grigsby says she's going to be there with
she's
a couple
going to be
cars,
there.
right?
Oh, a couple cars. I didn't see that.
So.
I just saw at least one.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't know. You
but
could
she'll
be, right.
be there.
Yes, which will be cool. So looking forward to that. Full schedule at oakshaderaceway.com. Let's bring on our guest now, Mr. Adam Lantz. Been waiting long enough. How's it going, sir?
How's it going, Ron and Scott?
Hey, pretty good. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad.
You got paid for this one. Congratulations.
Yeah, we got a win this weekend. That was pretty exciting.
And you've got a couple more real big races coming up. You plan on being at those?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So, yeah, we're going to race all year and finish out the season with where we want to run, I guess.
Be back at Fremont again?
Yeah, I think we'll be back. That's a pretty nice track down there.
So, congrats on the second spectacular win, official spectacular win for you. I know a lot of drivers probably want to know this, but what is it that makes you so fast at Oakshade in the super stock? What can
Probably
you share?
just a lot of years of racing. Start young.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's taken 18 years to even win a race over there. I won a heat race or something like that a while back when I first got started, but I started when there was a lot more cars. It was more fun, I think. But
So how
just been over there since 2003. So I mean, just a little bit of experience over there.
So when did you? What year did you pick up your first A main win?
Oh, I think in 20.
Really?
I believe it was 19 or 20. Yeah, it took like 18 years to win my first A main. So
Wow.
took a while.
And then you keep winning. So obviously you found something.
Yeah, just
Something that's working.
just keep updating equipment, and getting a better car, bigger motor. Just spend money.
That's what Ron always says. How fast you want? Wait, what is
Speed
it?
costs money. How fast you want to go?
There you go. So you've done more than just run the super stock this year. You've run you've been in a late model. Well, that was probably last year. You were in the late model, but you've also been in a sportsman as well.
Yeah, we ran a sportsman a couple times, and just to keep racing, trying to have fun, win races.
You took quite a tumble at I-96 a couple months back. How long did it take you to get over that? And are you racing the same car that you took the tumble in?
No, that's unfortunately that car's done. Yeah, it took me a while to recover, probably a month or so. My neck hurt pretty good. Even racing even just racing the last couple, even the past half month, just now where I'm feeling better and want to be in the car. So that might have something to do with it. We've been running Eldora a little bit, but didn't do so good down there. But
that's an acquired. That place is an acquired taste.
Yeah.
You either love it or hate it.
Yeah. Just racing.
So let's go back to that I-96 incident, because that was pretty spectacular. Kind of walk us through what happened and then what's going through your mind as you're going over and over and over and over.
Oh, just driver error that night, I guess. Just clipped the infield tractor tire and it set me over. So one of them deals. I think it's a little close to the track, but I just threw the car in there and clipped it. So nobody's fault but my own from running into it. But I think it was just a little too close for comfort. But I came close to it and seen other guys too. So, and I was the one that got it. So
you probably moved it for everybody else then after that.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't move very much, Scott.
No, but you did. What's going through your mind as you're rolling? I've never experienced that. I don't ever want to experience that. But what is that like to be going through an accident like that?
Did you wonder when it was ever going to stop?
Yeah, it was a pretty hard hit. It messed my neck up pretty good. I took a couple weeks off too. So I mean, yeah, it was a pretty hard hit.
Well, we're glad.
Just glad I ended up on my wheels and nobody hit me and I walked away. So that was a good thing.
Yeah, that car was pretty gnarly. Were you saving that for any spare parts or anything, or is that just scrap now?
That's pretty much scrap. we saved some stuff, not very much.
So you mentioned you've been running Eldora this year. I saw you on Flow a couple times running down there. What do you think of that track?
Oh, I love it. I can't ever wait to go back.
Okay, what's I mean, other than it's bigger and faster, what makes it so special?
Oh, it's funner in front of more people, and just going out and exploring new tracks.
Okay,
It's just a lot of fun.
The fact that most of those shows are TV shows, does that play into it at all?
No, not really. We've been wanting to run Eldora for a long time. We just ain't had time to do it.
Are you going to get
just
back
like
there?
Running local? It's close to getting home, and we work a lot, so it's hard to get away.
You going back for what is it, the World Finals or whatever it is they have coming up?
Yeah, that's the plan. If we have a car left, we got a couple more races to get through. Hopefully we can get through and have some good finishes, and maybe Eldora will be our last night. I don't know for sure, but just wherever we feel like running, I guess.
Well, then there's the hangover race at Sandusky Speedway, New Year's Day. Start the year off, right?
Yeah.
You ever run on asphalt?
No.
Any desire to, especially in the freezing cold?
No, not really. I think I'm on dirt for life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what other tracks have you been to? You've been to I-96, Eldora, obviously Oakshade, Fremont. What other tracks have you been able to get to, and what out of those, which one's your favorite and why?
Oh, I've been to quite a few. I ran a modified, and we went out. I don't know, Gas City, Hartford, Waynesfield, just all the local tracks.
That Hartford, was that at the old configuration or the new 3/8?
I think that was I think it was a newer one, Ron. It's been like 5 years ago.
Okay, yeah, because
maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, the original configuration, they called it a half mile, but it was more like a 5/8, and it was a pretty yodeling place.
Yeah,
you would have remembered.
I still remember it. It was pretty fun.
It was.
So, do you have a favorite out of all the tracks you've been to?
Oh, I would have to say probably Eldora. Okay. It's one of the favorites, but like Hartford is like one, like another one right there. It was pretty fun. But I like racing at all of them.
96 is pretty
There's
far
no
down
place
the list.
I don't like, really.
96 is pretty far down the list.
No, that was a fun track too. I'd love to go back up there and race again.
Maybe you should try racing in Australia, because I understand that the sanctioning body for racing in Australia, Speedway Australia, has demanded that the infield tractor tires be removed. Now, most of the tracks in Australia have a proper curb around the inside, but they're making them get rid of the infield tractor tires. That could be fun.
Yeah, that would be a good thing for most tracks to me.
Yeah, I believe it.
I believe there are a lot of drivers.
At least keep them back away from the racing surface.
Yeah. So, what are there any I mean, you've won a lot of big races. Are there any accomplishments that's like next that you'd like to check off your bucket list? Any big races?
No, not really.
Feature win at Eldora?
I'd like to get a win at Eldora. I won a heat race down there was all, but a couple top 5. But I'd like to win down there at least once.
Yep.
So do you have any like racing heroes that you've kind of looked up to when you first started racing?
No, not really. I used to go over there as a kid. I grew up by the track, so I mean, I knew all, Patterson and all them guys, Yanis. I watched them as I grew up as a kid. So
that reminds me, Katie at the track was talking about trying to put together like a legends race with like Patterson, Yoder. I mean, wouldn't that be pretty cool?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Would you, if they did it in the super stocks, would you let one of them run your super stock?
I don't know, Scott. I can't answer that. I just drive.
Okay. Any plans to get back in the late model or the sportsman next year?
Oh, I don't know. Just maybe not. I don't know.
Okay.
Probably just run the street stock. We like running that.
So what
Probably
are
do that.
I was going to ask your plans for next season? Then is going to be running the super stock. Or any would you like to run for the championship, track championship, or is that one of those things? I know a lot of drivers say never. They don't. It's the worst thing ever.
No, not really. Just like running all over.
All right.
Don't like being committed to anything. If we want to run somewhere like Eldora, they only run 5 races, and it kind of just takes you out of that. So.
Got it. Now you've been down there twice this year?
No, that'd be 4.
4 times. Okay.
Yeah, we've been down there 4. We're running all 5 nights.
Gotcha. What was your best finish so far?
2 top 5s.
That's not too bad.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
We've been running pretty good for the first time being down there. So hopefully the last night we can get the car straightened around and get the setup right and maybe beat them. But it's pretty tough down there.
How much do you have to change on the car to go from an Oakshade setup to an Eldora setup?
We don't change anything but the gear. That's about it. Same setup pretty much. We don't change anything. There's not much you can change on that car.
Gotcha.
So it's one of the metric 4 links. So everything's set where it is, and can't really make much adjustments as far as just springs. That's about it.
So for the
it
rest
stays the same. I just drive the shit out of it, Scott. That's why it's fast. I think sometimes.
So for the rest of this year, are you hitting Oakshade this weekend for trick or treat night?
Oh, I'm not sure about this weekend.
Okay.
We might take a week off. It's been a pretty rough season. Probably regroup and try to get some things done.
But you
Get
will
caught up.
It's your plan to be at both of the showdown races.
I think that's the plan.
Okay. Any sponsors or anybody that helped you out in the car you want to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, just everybody that's on it helps out in such a way.
Anyone in particular?
Not really.
Okay.
Any of them that would like to hear their name on a top-rated podcast?
Oh, I'm sure there's probably quite a few of them. I mean, Spies Electric, he's always there to support me when we go off racing, and Chris Johnson Trucking, they're pretty good help throughout the year a little bit. So, any little help helps. Everything's expensive.
Oh yeah. So predictions on the Showdown Series events. Is a truck or super stock going to win at Oakshade, and who is a truck or super stock going to win at Fremont?
Oh, it's hard to say, Scott. It could go any way. All them guys are pretty good.
Very non-committal.
You think the super stocks are going to have an edge at Oakshade?
No, I don't think so. Maybe Oakshade, probably not Fremont, because them guys know how to race down there. But
right.
I mean, it's hard to say. They're fast, and when we was down there running against the trucks at Fremont, I'm sure they'll be just as fast coming up here. So
Absolutely.
I was pretty surprised with the trucks last year. They ran pretty good.
Yeah, that was
Pretty good racing.
Fun
I
racing.
had a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, we look forward to seeing you then out, if not this weekend, then the 30th for the first Showdown event at Oakshade, and then following Friday at Fremont.
Yep, we're looking forward to running again. Just going to take a rest.
If you decide to go to Oakshade this weekend, make sure to bring some candy for the kids. It's going to be a big trick-or-treat night for them.
Yep,
For me.
most definitely.
All right, Adam. We appreciate the time, and we'll see you either this weekend or next.
All righty, thanks for having me on, guys.
Adam Lantz,
and congrats again on
congratulations.
your second super, the thing that you won,
Dominator
the big race.
super stock.
Yep. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Thanks, Adam.
There you go, Adam Lantz, two-time winner of the Papa Boiler Dominator Super Stock Spectacular. There, I got it out that time. So, there was some big news that came out this week.
Yes, there was. Darned exciting news.
Oh, shit. It's not really breaking news at this point, but we'll talk about that here in just a second. First, got to mention DCR Graphics. They do full wraps. They specialize in banners, stickers, die-casts, T-shirts, T-shirt designs. They can design things for you. They can do it all for you. They do these kind of things. Here's one of the die-casts. This is a special one, the 35 on one side and the 8 on the other side.
That'd sure mess up the folks in the tower, wouldn't it?
Yeah, with an orange Hammer Down Racing Report hood on it. So cool. He does all kinds of custom stuff there at DCR Graphics. Give Dale a call at 419-308-9523. That's 419-308-9523. You can check him out on Facebook at facebook.com/DCR Graphics. And you can get those official Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers or race car stickers, whatever you want to call them. They're stickers. You can put them wherever you want, but put them on your race car and you become part of the Hammer Down Racing Report Army. If shoot me a picture of it, we'll post it on our Facebook page and add you to our results each week. So it's that easy. $5, and he'll mail it to you or bring it to the track, whichever. Also, make sure to have Dominator race products on your car. I do, yeah. Body components, pretty much anything. You could build a car out of Dominator.
Anything that shows on the outside anyway.
Yeah, well, and bumpers. I mean, there's some structural pieces they make. Ultimate body panels, they have those. All late model mod panels are available. Hoods, filler panels, doors, quarters. Order direct from Dominator Race Products. I'm sure you can order from Rusty as well if you want a whole chassis. Dominator Race Products. Not to be confused with Domination Race Car. Dominator Race Products. These are pieces that go on the cars, which Rusty does use, so I mean, it kind of works out. But DominatorRaceProducts.com or call 419-923-6978. You can order direct there. Or you can get Dominator Race Products from your local reputable race shops, such as Ron Miller Race Cars. Our Showdown Series tote board for this week.
Ooh.
Is unchanged from last week. So if you saw it last week, then this isn't going to be a big surprise. But the Showdown Series event at Oakshade on the 30th is still at $1,200 to win for the Dominator Superstock / trucks and everything else. And then Fremont the following week on Friday is $2,100 to win. And I saw that the late models are now, it's going to be the Bill Hahn Memorial.
Right, that's pretty cool.
At Fremont on that Friday. And 2027 to win. 2027.
Right.
So whatever the payout for the late models is has to be lower than the Showdown Series because that's the
Showdown.
You guys are the support class in the late models. So there's still time to get that up. If you would like to be a sponsor, get a hold of Corey McCoy, get a hold of us, and we can get you in touch with him.
If you'd like to see the Showdown Series, pay a little bit more at Oakshade. I'm sure Corey would appreciate that. But we're looking, if you won both races, a minimum of $3,300, plus there's other perks.
Oh, and there's the Series Championship
Series
thing,
Championship, quick qualifier. There's all kinds of stuff.
And they're taking money for the special races if you want to sponsor one of those.
Right.
Australian Pursuit race. I know we had one last year, didn't we?
Right.
Yeah, because I started last in that, and then my quarter panel or my fender fell off, and it wasn't good. But yeah, so you can do a sponsored race. If you come up with some weird thing, Corey will probably listen to it. Everybody seems to be pretty open. It seems to be a pretty fun event. It's going to be pretty cool. We have some breaking news, sort of.
Well, it was breaking news for about 12 minutes, and then
was it? Yeah.
Then everybody in the world knew.
Yeah, I kind of took a backseat on this, but
because you didn't believe it.
Oh, I believed it. It was just breaking news.
Yeah.
No, because I actually was talking to Scott on Monday.
Right.
And I was sworn to secrecy. I wasn't allowed to say anything, but he wasn't giving any details other than it's happening. And then Tuesday morning, you give me a call.
Yeah, that was...
Greg Rowe called me. Millstream Speedway's been sold.
That was when it was official. All the documents were signed.
It was signed on Monday and everything.
Right.
So Tuesday, cat was out of the bag, so to speak, and
Boy,
then
it happened quick
everybody's
too,
like,
didn't it?
yeah, and everybody's like, who bought it? Who bought it? And and Scott's like, yeah, I can't say. They don't want to. They got a lot of work to do. They're not ready to say anything. And then
And that
was it Wednesday?
And that lasted about another
Yeah.
12 minutes.
Then Wednesday it was officially sold. Well, people were looking it up on the real estate
Right.
deal, which they saw MS Properties bought Millstream Speedway. But what is MS Properties? Well, it's operated by Matt and Beth Cogley, I believe.
Right.
They're sprint car folks. They've been running the Great Lakes Lightning Sprints. Matt has been a Lightning Sprint racer for 5 years and a 360 sprint driver last year. Their son, Alex, also races in sprints, and they have taken over Millstream Speedway. They live close to the track.
Just
And
around the corner, I understand.
and I guess the way this all went down, talking to Scott, they were out there this past summer for a test session. I want to say it was probably July,
Right.
and the Cogleys were out there as well with their sprint car, but Scott was out there with Dell and Grayson Warner's super stock,
Right.
doing some laps, and I guess it started raining, so they went and were just talking in the Cogleys trailer. And he was like, yeah, Greg's ready to sell the track, and, maybe you should buy it. And then I guess that started the whole process. So that happened finally.
I knew that the Rose were interested would entertain an offer.
And apparently
So,
the offer was
early
was
on
good.
in the summer. I had hope that it would be resurrected and again.
Well, and work has already begun. I mean, people have been posting pictures
some
all week.
beautiful pictures.
They've
of
they started working on it before the official sale went through, but
right.
yeah. So they're
the
not
track-
ready to announce any racing or events as of yet. I know Scott Warner said that he's got to talk with them because he's not sure if he's going to be involved or not, or in what capacity if he is.
Right.
So there's a lot of T's to cross and I's to dot still, and the biggest concern they have is to get the track ready. I mean, we can't do anything until the track can actually host a race.
And I understand there's some infrastructure things that they plan to improve. So
Which is good, and they're they're open to help. They've asked for help on their Facebook page, their website as well. So if put your money where your mouth is, because there's been a lot of people saying
MillstreamSpeedway.com, I think.
I think it's .net.
.net.
Yeah.
And the Facebook page is definitely Millstream Speedway.
Yeah, MillstreamSpeedway.net is their page, and wow, that looks crazy on my screen here. But yeah. One important thing, here's part of the quote from their announcement. One important thing is that we don't want to make promises we can't keep. So at this point, we aren't making any promises about seasons or schedules. We have a lot of work to do on the facility before it's ready to host an event. We are calling on all of you who have expressed interest in getting it going again to get in contact with us and get involved so that we can get her back up and running as soon as possible. They're going to need all the help they can get, they say. That wasn't me saying that. That was what they said.
Yeah.
So there you go. So it sounds like we may have turned a corner with Millstream finally. And we've all been there where we've kind of gotten excited and then
Not so much.
not so much. So, I'm not going to get too excited yet, but I think things are going in the right direction there. So it's pretty cool.
And no idea yet. We know for sure that sprint cars will be up hard. We don't
I wonder
know.
if they'll have, since the association with GLSS, Barry Marlowe stuff, if we'll see some
Right.
of the Sprint Invaders, I guess, or GLSS South, whatever we're calling it next year.
Right.
At Millstream. I know Scott actually had said that if they had gotten the track, if this had all worked out a little bit quicker, it would have been cool to have a Showdown Series race there.
Oh, it would.
The trifecta.
Ooh.
Triple Crown. So, yeah. So, anywho, so good news there. NASCAR's Bristol Spring races will no longer be on the dirt.
That's sad. It really is.
But not really surprising because
No.
the seats have been kind of,
Attendance was
especially for all the support races that they
Right.
had there. It was always empty. It looked bad on TV. So they're going back to the concrete for both Bristol weekends for the NASCAR races there. Live Fast Motorsports was born in 2020. The team fields the number 78 car full-time in the NASCAR Cup Series. The team has had 4 different drivers in the number 78 this season, including B.J. McLeod, Josh Bilicki, Anthony Alfredo and Sheldon Creed. The team is owned by B.J. McLeod, Matt Tift, and Joe Falk. There are 36 charters owned by teams in the sport. A charter guarantees a starting position in every points-paying race. And here's where we get to the point. Live Fast Motorsports just sold their charter to Spire Motorsports for a record and rumored $40 million.
Wow.
Yeah, Spire Motorsports was born in 2018. They field the number 7 and 77 car in the Cup Series. Corey LaJoie, Carson Hocevar, and Ty Gibbs have driven machines for the team this year. So apparently NASCAR Cup franchises are
Big money.
Pretty lucrative. Sherry Pollux, 44, longtime girlfriend of NASCAR Cup Series driver Martin Truex Jr. passed away Sunday after a long fight with ovarian cancer. Pollux was instrumental in founding Catwalk for a Cause, a charity fashion gala that brought the NASCAR industry together in the fight against childhood cancer. The event was founded in 2010 and has raised more than $4 million to fund initiatives to combat the disease. The project launch came 4 years before her own diagnosis with stage 3 ovarian cancer at age 35. Her charitable works expanded to fund research to help battle ovarian cancer, a form of the disease for which she said treatment and care protocols have made relatively few advancements in the last 30 years. In 2020, her foundation partnered with Novant Health in Charlotte to open the Sherry Strong Integrative Medicine Oncology Clinic.
That's a mouthful, too.
It is. 2 weeks ago, at Kansas Speedway, Matty D was eliminated from the playoffs. He missed the cut line by just 5 points, and now after the Bristol race, DiBenedetto has been let go. 3 races still remain in the 2023 season. The number 25 truck will have a different pilot starting with the race at Talladega Superspeedway.
So who's going to be your favorite driver next year
I
if
don't
it's
know.
not Matty D?
I don't know. He's got to find a ride, I guess. But maybe he can find a late model ride or something.
Motorsport's got a few trucks. Maybe.
That's true.
Maybe.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Where are we? NASCAR officials announced on Sunday that the Clash at the Coliseum will return next year to the LA Coliseum on Sunday, February 4th. Second's Groundhog's Day, isn't it? Not the 4th.
Yeah.
Okay. NASCAR Mexican Series will join the weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know there was a NASCAR Mexican Series. So, yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be participating as well. Dale Jr. caught on fire Friday night in the Xfinity Series race. An electrical fire was determined the cause of the fire, which knocked him out of the race with 30 laps to go. Dale was fine, but his suit was burned on his leg because I guess the fire was coming up by the shifter.
Really?
Yeah. And he was doing pretty good from what I hear in that race.
I thought they had Kevlar shields around that.
I don't know. I guess
maybe not.
Yeah. So Butler Motor Speedway this past weekend. Tyler Rankin, Corbin Gurley, were battling for the lead in the 410 sprint feature on Saturday when Rankin got into Gurley, causing Gurley to go flipping off of turn number 2. And we have some video of this. It's kind of hard to see, so you're going to have to pay attention to turn 2. And the front of the pack, and it's not the best video, and I kind of zoomed in on it, but this is what happened. And there is no audio on this. See these guys up here at the front, and there goes the one car flipping into the trees.
Did he get to the treehouse?
He ended up he said he saw leaves. Gurley did in the article I read there. But he was okay. I guess the car landed on its wheels. He was a little worried it was going to land upside down, but it didn't. But this is what happened after the race. Tyler Rankin went on and won and was kind of apologetic, and victory lane wasn't too celebratory or anything, kind of laid back in that. I think he felt bad for the incident. It wasn't intentional.
Right.
But then stupid people got involved and tried to start a fight, I guess you could say.
Really?
This is some video. There are some words here that little kids shouldn't hear. So
turn the volume down.
Under 7, probably put your earmuffs on. or turn the volume down for just a minute. So this is what happened in the pits after he came back from his victory lane celebration.
Dirty driver!
It's pretty good so far.
Yeah, dirty driver. That's what happens when you race on dirt. You get dirty.
Get her out of my way. Back. You have no business with
He
him.
fucking jumped my race car.
Dude,
He fucking jumped my race
You know
car.
what? I've had
That
people
was a
jump
goddamn
my
right
fucking
to the
car.
right to the motherfucking Nerf bar. Come on.
Yep.
Okay.
Right rear all day. Right rear all day.
Oh, he's a shitty.
I'm not sure what that means.
Dirty driver.
Dirty-ass driver. He's disqualified. Fucking put on.
Dirty driver.
Does it look like I get a fuck at this?
No.
Turn that off and get out of here, you moron.
Nope.
That's my favorite line. Turn that off and get out of here, you moron.
Go.
Don't touch her. Get her out of my fucking Get her out of my fucking plane. Don't fucking do it.
Get him.
I don't know what's up with the camera guy. Get him! He's very trying to fuel the fire there.
Incite a riot.
Yeah, I mean, grow up. I mean, crap happens in racing, and people get upset.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway, so
Shame,
I guess
shame that was the end of the season because
and they were pitted next to each other from what I heard.
Because you don't go to someone else's pit.
No, but they were pitted right next to each other from what I read in TJ Slideways there. So
They must have been best buddies, huh?
I don't know, but there wasn't the racer that was the one
Right.
that went there. I think that actually you could see at the end of the video, it looked like Gurley may have been one of the guys grabbing the guy that was not happy and kind of holding them back.
He said my race car a bunch of times.
Yeah, so
I wonder if he was a car owner or.
I'm sure it was. And finally, Kyle Bronson had a weird flip at the late model Knoxville Nationals on Saturday night. He was running in second. I guess he was one of the fastest cars on the track at the time. Lap 59 of the 75-lap race, and he kind of had this happen. Check this out.
Kyle Bronson needs to maintain the top of the racetrack and a clear track ahead. Kyle Bronson now. Big trouble! Upside down in turn number 4. Kyle Bronson.
Do you see the entire front end just fold under in there?
Walking away.
Yeah, I'm good. I had a good car there, you know. It sucks when guys are 3 seconds off the pace and stays out there racing.
What happened?
It's all my fault, you know. I slid that guy, you know, and just got in too hot, and I had to get him behind me where I didn't wreck behind him there, and I just got over a wall and right front climbed that berm and turned me over.
All right, Kyle Bronson dejected but okay, making his way down. They're going to check him out down here as the poor EMTs that got to keep up with him. God bless them because he's setting a world record pace walking back to the hauler right now.
It looked to me that the front end caught. The front end caught and dug down, and that's what launched him.
That cushion was.
So is it the front end of the nose of the car too low, or was that dirt just too loose and thick?
There's a whole lot of things wrong with today's late models, Scott, but that's a subject for a different show.
So was it the track's fault or the car's fault? Or yes?
That was a huge cushion.
Okay.
That's all I can say on that one. That cushion was...
But after 59 laps, I mean, I'm guessing that cushion wasn't quite that big at the beginning.
That cushion was probably 16, 18 inches tall.
Okay.
That's pretty big.
That would be much higher than the clearance of the nose of those cars,
yeah,
which are made to be sucked right down.
Because those are pinned to the track, so absolutely.
Is there any solution to that, track or car-wise? Which should be fixed, the track or the cars?
Well, I've said a lot of times that our cars need to be fixed, but again, we'll let that go to another show.
But it could be a combination of things.
Absolutely.
I mean, even if it wasn't that close to the ground,
well,
the nose, if it had more clearance, it still might have.
That nose would have dug in, and
but still weird looking.
It
I mean, it stopped awfully quick. It just kind of like tripping over your own shoes or something. But at least he was okay, and that sucks for him though because he had a fast car. Crazy stuff there. Hammer Down Hotline this week, no calls, but we encourage you this week to give us a call and let us know what you think about the Millstream Speedway, Millstream Speedway news being bought out. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What do you think is going to happen? Give us a call.
And maybe some suggestions to the promoters. What would you like to see?
There you go. Yeah. What would you like to see at Millstream? Give us a call, 419-318-3081, 419-318-3081. Call, text anytime during the day, the night, the week, whatever. As long as we get the messages before, like 5 o'clock before our show on Thursday, we'll play them back on the next show, except for next Thursday, because
Thursday is kind of a non-show.
But we'll play it back on Saturday at our 300th.
Absolutely.
Because we will have our regular stuff. We'll have our regular giveaways. We'll have our pizza that will be given away. Speaking
Everything
of which,
that we normally do on Thursday, you'll see on Saturday.
yes. So speaking of which, our How Many Big D's Pizza giveaway coming up here in just a second. But yeah, we'll be doing all that stuff there. Maybe we'll have some more stuff to give away. Who knows?
And we'll do a quick tease on Thursday, just letting everybody know why we're not having a regular show.
419-318-3081. You can check out hammerdownracingreport.com and get the number there as well. So, yeah, we want to know what you think about the Millstream deal and what you'd like to see there. So, there you go. Let's do How Many for this week. Give away some Big D's Pizza, speaking of which. If I can find where... Oh, yeah, it's down here. Right there.
How many?
Too many buttons. So last week's How Many was how many All-Star Circuit of Champion sprint cars will be at Fremont on Friday, plus the total number of Dominator Superstocks at Oakshade on Saturday.
A math quiz.
Yes. So those numbers were 44 and 48. 44 All-Stars, 48 Superstocks.
Which is 92.
That is 92. That would be the winning number. Nobody guessed 92. Ron, you guessed 81. I guessed 80. So you were closest here in the studio.
I was.
Congratulations on that.
I told you that I was thinking there would be a lot more than that.
So all you had to do was go one more than me.
That's it.
Nancy Schoenauer. Nancy Schoenauer is our winner this week for
right.
the Big D's Pizza.
Good job, Nancy.
She guessed 90. She was 2 off.
Ooh.
So that's pretty good. Congratulations.
That was very
to her.
good.
Before we do this week's How Many, just a reminder that you want to win that Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, hashtag DCR. We're going to be doing that drawing here very shortly, so get that in the comments. Type hashtag DCR in the comments of our Facebook Live or YouTube Live, and you'll be entered into the drawing for that. On to this week's How Many, a chance to win a Big D's Pizza. We're going to go down to Eldora, Fort Crown National Weekend.
Ooh.
We're just looking at Friday, though.
Okay.
How many World of Outlaws will be at Eldora on Friday night? Because Saturday night they're at Sharon, so there's probably going to be less sprint cars overall because the All-Stars aren't running Friday night, so there may be a lot of All-Star guys Friday night with the World of Outlaw guys. Sprint cars, so they don't have to, it's who's going to be running the 410s on Friday night? How many of those will be there Friday at Eldora?
33.
That's what you're thinking?
I'm thinking.
All right.
Just spit that one out right
I'm
away.
going 34 then.
Ooh, all right.
Because I think that's the easy win for me. I'm going with 34. So put your guess in the comments. You have until, what time do gates open down there? They open at 2 on Friday. Should we cut off guesses at 2 on Friday afternoon?
I think we ought to go noon.
Noon?
Well,
we'll go 2.
At 2 o'clock, they can be counting trailers.
All right, 1 o'clock. We'll split the difference. You have until, if you're listening to us on the podcast on Friday morning, you have until 1 o'clock to get your guess in. All you have to do is hit up our Facebook page and find the video from our Facebook Live, which we do on Thursday nights, and put your guess in the comments. Just put a number in there. You're entered to win. If you change your guess, then you are disqualified. If you guess after 1 o'clock Eastern time on Friday, then it doesn't count. And if we have a tie, we'll spin the Big D's Pizza wheel to break any ties.
Right.
So it's just that easy. So again, it's how many 410s will be in competition at Eldora Friday night.
What are our listeners thinking?
I don't know. I haven't, I guess, switched back over there and see. They're in line. Dean's at 32. He's usually pretty good at this stuff. 33, 36. Scott Bowen, optimistic 43 there.
All right.
A couple of 40s. Brian with a 42. Steve's going, he's going kind of low there with 29. So, yeah, running the gamut there. Seems to be the 30s is a pretty common guess. So, like I said, once you put your guess in, you're locked in until, you're locked in. You just can't change it.
I wonder if any of our listeners could have real quickly scrolled back to last year's car count.
Well, they could. Or if they waited before they put their guess in, they could go back and look because they have until 1 o'clock tomorrow to put their guess in.
Right.
I'm just saying. Sometimes you got to be skilled. You win a Big D's pizza. And Nancy, by the way, you have 30 days to claim your pizza from Big D's. Let's check out what we got going on this weekend.
This weekend, Big D's Pizza Racing Menu.
So tomorrow night, Eldora Speedway. It's the start of the 41st annual Four Crown Nationals weekend. And I dropped my pen. That'll be the World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, USAC NOS Energy Drink Midgets, and USAC Silver Crown Car. I believe that's just qualifying events for them for the Silver Crown on Friday. That gates open at 2, as we mentioned. Racing will be at 8 o'clock. General admission is $35 there at Eldora Friday night. Saturday night, our menu's shrinking. I don't like this time of year when the menu starts shrinking. Only 3 things to choose from on Saturday. Oakshade Raceway, trick-or-treat night, late model sportsman, Dominator, Superstocks, Compacts, gates open at 4, racing at 7, general admission $14. Fremont Speedway, it's Fremont Federal Credit Union Championship night. So they're the last one to get their championship in this year, pretty much, in this area at least. 410 sprints, 305 sprints, and the dirt trucks. And I believe they have some pretty tight championship races, too.
They do.
So that'd be pretty exciting there. Gates open at 4 at Fremont, racing at 7 on Saturday, and general admission $18.
The fact that they're late has something to do with them being off.
Oh, they were off for almost all of August, weren't they?
Right, for the month of August because of the fair.
Eldora Speedway, again, second night, final night of the 41st annual Four Crown Nationals. USAC Midgets in action on Saturday, as well as the USAC Amsoil National Sprint Cars, USAC Silver Crown Cars main event, and the Tezos All-Star Circuit of Champions will be in action. Gates open at noon on Saturday at Eldora, racing at 8 p.m. General admission is $40 on Saturday. Other series action this weekend, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series will be running the second annual C.J. Rayburn Memorial starting on Friday, September 22nd. And the 44th annual Jackson 100 on Saturday, September 23rd, both at Brownstown Speedway in Brownstown, Indiana. And I think I read that's they're pretty high paying weekend. One of them was $30,000, and I forget what the other one was. Memory doesn't serve me. Sharon Speedway for the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series on Saturday night. I mentioned they're at Eldora for the Four Crowns on Friday, then at Sharon on Saturday, the 23rd. NASCAR Xfinity Series will be running the Andes Frozen Custard 300 at Texas Motor Speedway Saturday at 3:30 p.m. That'll be on USA Network. NASCAR Cup Series Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400 on Sunday. That'll also be at 3:30 on USA. High Limit Sprint Car Series back in action next week on Tuesday, September 26th. That'll be at Lernersville Speedway in Sarver, Pennsylvania. Lernerville Speedway, I should say. Castrol Flow Racing Night in America, another race for those guys. Tyler County Speedway in Alma, West Virginia on Wednesday, September 27th. So I have to remember that next week. A couple midweek races to watch, Tuesday and Wednesday. How's our weekend weather pit stop looking?
The weekend weather, Scott, looks spectacular. Kind of like last weekend, the daily temperatures are going to be in the low 70s, going to be cool again at night. All weekend. Now, you were talking about some midweek races next week. There's a chance of rain throughout the Midwest, so pay attention to that. But the weekend weather, spectacular. Perfect fall weather.
All right. I'm giving you the Ryan Weekman treatment.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. There goes Ron. Going over there. He's going to the races this weekend. Only thing we got left to do here before we get to episode 300 is give away our DCR Graphics H Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker. Should we do that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and apparently my mouse doesn't want to work.
Something else I want to talk about before we go, but let's do the
time.
DCR.
Okay. Share. There. We got 19 entries this week.
Ooh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So here we go. Make sure it's on the screen here. Okay, everybody can see that. Boom, we're drawn. Lots of names. It's going through. This is very exciting for people that are listening to us on the podcast. You don't have any video. Jamie Gyllenhaal wins. No idea who that is. Never heard of her.
Nice looking lady. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Congratulations. I know where you can pick up your Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker.
She could probably pick it up at Oakshade on Saturday.
Probably, if not before. But yeah, there you go. Again, if you don't win, you can always buy one of these. DCR Graphics has them, and he put together a cool graphic. I haven't seen it updated. It's got all of the Hammer Down Racing Report Army drivers on there.
Right.
And I think we're going to be giving that away a week from Saturday at the 300th episode at Oakshade. So that'll be pretty cool. So congratulations, Jamie. I guess we can get this off the screen now. Boom. And, yeah, I guess that's about it on my sheet for prep.
Okay.
What was it you wanted to talk about here before we
that
wrap
Steve
things
Miller
up?
guy
Miller.
bounced an idea off of me.
Oh, boy.
For a TV show or a racing podcast. What would you think about pairing up a mid to backpack racer with either a professional driver or a chassis guru and give them a set amount of money to try to improve that driver?
You lost me at giving somebody a set amount of money.
Yeah.
I'm gone out of that.
Let's say they had $1,000 to spend to improve this mid to backpack racer, and he would be paired up.
Maybe this could be a challenge. Have a couple of them. A couple of mid to backpack racers paired up with some.
It could be kind of a
who
behind. It could be
the most.
It could be a behind the scenes show.
You're talking local racers, right?
It could be nationwide.
Okay.
With pavement racers, dirt racers, open wheel racers, stock car racers.
Maybe we should sell this idea to Flow Racing. Too late. It's out in the open.
I already bounced it off a DJ, and he wasn't negative on it. There's some things that would have to be worked out, but I think the concept could be interesting, especially if it's something that aired during the winter. When there weren't a lot of races.
Well, yeah, you could film it during race season and put it together.
Absolutely, John whoever in the number 73 car went from...
You're calling out John whoever?
Yeah.
That's my buddy.
Do you know John whoever?
Yeah, John W?
In the 73?
In the 73?
Yeah. But,
no, that's a...
Yeah, I'd like to know what our listeners think, if it's something that they would be interested in watching.
Well, drivers probably be interested in seeing what kind of advice the more experienced driver is given to this person.
Could they take him from being a back marker to a mid pack guy,
a front runner with only $1,000?
Yeah,
and some knowledge.
A lot of knowledge.
Knowledge is very helpful,
and it would, like I say, the basic premise would apply to all sorts of racing.
No, I think it's a good idea. I'd be down for it.
Yeah.
I don't know who would fund it and put it together, but sounds like an expensive endeavor. But yeah, that would be a cool thing.
Do you ever watch Roadkill?
No, but my brother does. But yeah, that would be. I know what you're talking about.
That's an immensely exciting show, and it's really stupid.
I'd watch. I'd watch, and you could, like I said, you could even make it. It'd be interesting just following one person, or you could have a couple, and like you said, see who improves the most.
And not only that, it would show what some of these front running guys are doing.
Then the front running guys aren't going to want that.
I'll bet they would.
You think so?
I'll bet they would.
Okay. Let's see. We should have asked Adam Lantz that.
I know. I've helped a lot of guys that were struggling because they're safer to race against.
Well, that's true. I've had a lot of help. I wouldn't have gotten where I'm at if it wasn't for people. Hey,
Scott, you've had a spectacular year, and you've done that one pretty much on your own.
But it took quite a bit to get. You remember the first year I raced?
Oh, I do.
Okay. You remember what I raced, and that was about the extent of my abilities at the time. Yeah, I could have been a contestant for a back running B main, C main driver.
That's it
for that. But
let us know what you think.
We just need somebody to fund it, and then a production crew to put it together.
Well,
I do have a camera.
That's it.
I bought a camera from
That's it
where I used
exactly.
to work.
Well, and it would ultimately wind up with a lot of travel involved. So it wouldn't be a cheap endeavor, but I think it could sell. And
Yeah, I think it would be more for like a platform like Flow or Dirt Vision that has all that kind of built in, so it's not a
No, absolutely.
I think that'd be a good idea. We could sponsor it.
Yeah. Or not.
So
I'm an idea guy. That's it.
what was John's last name again?
Whatever.
John whatever?
John whatever.
John whatever in the 73.
Correct.
Next year I'm going to put John whatever on the top of my car, and it's going to be
Change
a
your
73.
number? Okay.
Way to go, John whatever. All right, no, that's and Steve came up with this idea?
Yes, he did.
Solid. Impressive.
Kid's mind never quits.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like the idea. I'd watch it.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that's the question.
Would you watch it?
Would you watch it?
You can also call the Hammer Down hotline. Let us know, 419-318-3081. That, and also let us know what you think about the Millstream Speedway sale with the new owners. Do you think we're going to see some racing soon? And what would you like to see at Millstream?
Absolutely.
Once racing does return. 419-318-3081. Call the Hammer Down hotline anytime, day or night. Text it, whatever.
And we'll be working on getting the new owners on our show.
Absolutely, when they're ready to, when they got something to talk about. Because, like you said, right now they're working on getting the facility.
Yep,
ready.
We bought it.
We bought it and we're working on it. Can't reach yet, but that'll be the next thing. John Young says he'll be a contestant. Your name's not whatever. You're the wrong John, and you're not 73.
You're not 73.
Thanks to associate producer Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Matt Swander, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report, or X, whatever you want to call it. Follow us on YouTube. Listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Check us out at HammerDownRacingReport.com. We got a store on there if you want some Hammer Down Racing Report apparel. Christmas is coming up. Get some Christmas gifts there. I'll change my number today, John says. Shows are on there. If you want to be a sponsor, that information's on there as well. Make sure to rate, review us, share us with all your friends. That helps us too. Oh, and we mentioned last week about becoming part of this podcast network.
Right.
The Evergreen Podcast Network. And we had the Twitter poll.
It's looking...
The Twitter poll said 80%. We're like, sure, why not?
Pretty much like we'll do it. And
it may help with the longevity of the show.
Right.
So we'll work out some more details with them, and probably after our 300th episode, we might have an announcement to make on that. So, thanks for everybody with their input there. Thanks to our sponsors as well, DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, and the Kester's Haunted Woods. I wonder if we can get some tickets to give away for that.
Ooh.
Yeah. It opens up tomorrow. Don't forget, Kester's Haunted Woods out there in Swanton.
And you can look up that information on Facebook.
Yes. Kester's 'Tis the Season is the page that has all the information. Or if you're friends with Steve Kester, he's got that information there. Or scrolling at the bottom of the screen, too. So if you missed it, and if I turn off the bottom of the screen before we get to it, you can just rewind and look at it later.
Right.
There you go. If you're interested in being a sponsor of the Hammer Down Racing Report, send us a message on Facebook or call the Hammer Down hotline for that as well, 419-318-3081. Thanks to our guest this week, Adam Lantz. Why did I put Brad Lantz on here?
I don't know.
I think I was in a hurry because I was fighting with something, and sorry about that, Adam. Thanks to our guest, Adam Lantz. Next week, again, no full show on Thursday. We'll do a little racing roundup show.
Just a promo, yeah.
Yeah, and talk about what we got planned for our 300 show on Saturday the 30th. So, and that'll be happening at 3 o'clock. So if you can't make it out to Oakshade, you can check us out on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, the regular channels.
Right.
And hopefully we're going to talk to as many racers as we can.
Yeah, plan on being there early, folks.
Yeah, so if you're a racer and you want to get on the show, just come on, stop on by, and we're going to bring all the microphones with us so we can get probably 2 drivers on at a time. 1, 2, yeah, we got 2 extra microphones, so we'll see how that works out. Yeah, and that's it. I guess we'll see you for a short time next Thursday at 7 o'clock. And then the big 300th. And this is year number 6 has officially happened tonight. 6 years ago today. Wow. The show was born. And never thought I'd be doing it from home studio. Make that will ever go on. Oh. All right, so that's it. We're going to get out, support your local track this weekend. We'll see you next Thursday with a teaser for our 300th. So we're out.
Good night, all.
Good night.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.